You have to give him credit.
Russia is like, I mean, they're really hot stuff.
I think I'd get along very well with Vladimir Putin.
He's running this country, and at least he's a leader, you know, unlike what we have in this country.
Yeah, but again, he kills journalists that don't agree with him.
Well, I think our country does plenty of killing also, Joe, so, you know.
Then he called me a genius. He said Donald Trump is a genius, and he's going to be the leader of the party, and he's going to be the leader of the world or something. He said some good stuff about me. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily. Vladimir Putin. Has anybody ever heard of Vladimir Putin? Of Russia says that Biden's, and this is a quote, politically motivated persecution of his political rival is very good for Russia because it shows the rottenness of the American political system. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
And so now, Mike Johnson's in a familiar position as far as the Republicans are concerned, trying to reconcile two completely contradictory positions. Does he side with his own professed interest in stopping Ukraine in the wake of his vile, dangerous, autocratic behavior? Or does he protect his own job from the threats of the extremists that have taken over his party? Because he can do one or the other, but not both. And of course, further complicating matters is the fact that the GOP isn't necessarily even on board with democracy anymore. After all, the party's led by Donald Trump, who made his desire to terminate the Constitution clear. He wrote on Truth Social, the massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. So if the choice is between democracy and Trump, the Republicans will side with Trump. And so if their allegiance is no longer to democracy, then in the battle between Ukraine and Russia, they're going to support the regime that supports Trump, the regime that helped Trump in the 2016 election, and the regime that continues to help Trump today. In fact, just this week it was revealed that the Republicans' smoking gun witness that was supposed to offer evidence of corruption between Joe and Hunter Biden was not only indicted by the DOJ for making false statements, but that the bogus intel he disseminated was gathered from, wait for it, Russian intel officials.
It turns out, according to federal prosecutors, that this individual, the former FBI informant, told them that, in fact, Russian intelligence officials were involved in passing along this false information about the Bidens back in 2020, which sort of set all of this off. And as you sort of mentioned, has been really sort of a linchpin of the Republican efforts against Joe Biden.
It is already beyond clear who the Russians are helping. Let's not pretend it would come as a surprise that the GOP would then drop all pretense about the fact that they are perfectly fine to cozy up with their new autocratic allies in the Kremlin. As for Mike Johnson, it is only a matter of time before he abandons either his own professed values or his own party. Either way, he's in an impossible situation, but remember, it is one of his own making. No one is forcing Republicans to surrender democracy. They're making the conscious decision to do it all on their own.